Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you just see my face for the very first time, my name is Jennifer Confidence and I'm a 2020 Erasmus Mundus Scholarship awardee. So guys, in today's video is not related to Erasmus, not related to scholarship or anything, but it was basically inspired by a conversation I just had with a friend. And I'm like, we need to talk about this thing. It's important to talk about it. So it's about the idea that moving abroad equals she don't blow or him don't blow. So Nigerians will really understand this. But if you're not a Nigerian, this is what I mean. It means that the idea, the way people back home look at you, like you move abroad and they see you like somebody that has become rich overnight, somebody that is made overnight because you moved abroad. So that is basically what this video is all about. So if you want to hear, like if you're really interested in this thing, this topic, you need to just keep watching this video. Welcome back, guys. So I just had a conversation with a friend, and we're just having a conversation around, you don't blow that kind of something. Send us small something. Now you get that kind of conversations around that, and I just smiled. I'm like, the first thing I told him, I'm like, so moving abroad, you mean that because I moved abroad? That means say I don't blow. That means I've made it in life. I've suddenly become rich. That kind of something. He said, that should come and tell that one to people at home. That so long as he knows and so long as what people back home knows is that you have become rich, you have blown because you went abroad. I'm like, the thing is, I was not really shocked hearing this because I've always known that. I've always known that there is that thinking that, okay, if you move abroad, you've made it, you've blown, money day, this one, that one, like you have money now, you are everything that people are dreaming to become. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, people moving abroad, um they are not people that have become rich or people that are doing extremely well, but then there is this way they look at you. It feels like you have moved from a middle class and to upper class. You've skyrocketed to the top class in the society, that kind of something. So they look at you like, you now have everything, you have become rich suddenly overnight. When somebody makes money overnight, that kind of this thing, the way they look at that person, like, let's just say, when somebody plays bets, football bets, and puts in, let's say, 100 naira or 1,000 naira, and then boom, the person wins 9 million naira. That kind of reaction. That's the way they look at people, like not just Nigerians, but people back home. If you move abroad, that's the way they just look at you. I don't think it's something that is peculiar to Africa, but I think I don't know, for people from Asia and all that. If you're from Asia, tell me if this is how they also look at you. But then I'm speaking from an African perspective. I'm speaking from a Nigerian perspective. So they look at you like somebody who has you've just made it overnight, as in money they flow. You have just become rich overnight, and so there's this expectation that you have money, and so anybody can come to you and ask you for money and ask you to give them money. Or anybody that has problem in this life, they will come and meet you and ask you for help to sort out the issue. So there's this, I've always known that that thing is there. But then this conversation that I had with a friend of mine this morning really triggered it. And he said, come and tell that one to people back home, because all they know is that you have moved abroad and you have money, that kind of something. I'm like, see, I told him something. I'm like, most of the times, the difference is in the conversion rate. Let me tell you, the difference is in the conversion rate. So when you convert a small money here and you convert it, let's say £10, £10, when you convert it to naira, it becomes such a big money. It looks like really such a big money. But like, it does not mean that because the conversion rate differs, it does not mean that automatically the person is so rich and all that. Okay, let's take this for example. people work part-time job. I'm so lucky that I got a scholarship and I did not have to pay for anything. Like I basically would decide maybe not to do any part-time job that will give me money and still live. I'll live comfortably like I'm doing right now. Like I'm living okay, I'm doing fine. But some people might not have that opportunity until they need to work. Let's say for example, they could be working, part-time jobs that are paying them about £9 per hour. £9 per hour, and they are standing. It could be in the mall, it could be any other place, and they are standing throughout. And so they manage, make this money, £9 per hour, £9, £9, £9. How much is it? So these people work so much, like they work so much to make that money. And people back home just assume that you are not really doing so much to make money, as in the economy here is so good that hey, you just have to relax and press your phone and money will come. See, like it's sometimes you see people back home would now be putting so much pressure on these people abroad, like give me money, give. They won't even consider how these people are managing, how these people are putting up, how these people would have to stand for hours just to make money, just to make £9. They won't consider all these things. Them all they know is that my brother is abroad, my sister is abroad, and so the person has money. They won't consider you. They won't even know that the person would have to stand for hours to make £9, to make £10. Will stand for hours to make £9. And sometimes you see people, by the time they send this money back home, your brother will send you money. Now only 10,000 naira if you send me. If they're abroad, though, 10,000 naira, send me. You see some people, they will just, maybe people that are just your friend, that kind of something, send me some euros, send me some pounds, this one. As if people here are plucking money from tree. Like, I don't get, you see this expectation, like every other family problem, your friends and uncles, everybody will have problem. You are the person that are going to call to give them money to do this. Overnight, you have become the breadwinner. They do not know that you have to struggle here to make a living. Let's even start with how much rent is. Because I have to ask my friend, I was having a conversation with my friend this morning and I had to ask him, do you know how much I'm paying for rent? And he said, how much are you paying? I said, I'm paying almost 800 euros for rent per month. Per month, that's what I'm paying. Almost 800 euros per month. It's just few euros to 800 euros per month. That is what I'm paying. How much are you paying for rent in Nigeria? And he was like, I should go and tell that one to people in Nigeria. Like we're just having the conversation. I was just saying, see, because the expectation is so high. Sometimes somebody might be making 1,000 euros in a month, and the person is paying bills like rent is 800, and the person have to survive with 200 euros. And people will just be assuming from back home that you're living the baby girl life, the baby boy life, and there is money, and anybody have problem, they think you will just be pressing your phone and money will just be coming out, that kind of something. So we were just having real conversation this morning about the expectations from people living abroad. People back home expect so much from you. They don't understand the struggles these people here go through to make money, to pay their bills and to pay rent. And so there is this so much expectation. You need to pay school fees. You will call your elder brother or your uncle or even your friend. You want to do this one, you will call them. You don't know how much these people work to make this money. How much per hour? £9 per hour. Well, it depends. About £9 per hour. £9 per hour. You work. How many hours can you work? How many hours can you combine with school? I was speaking with a friend recently, and she said she quit her job. And I'm like, oh wow. She said, damn, that the thing was affecting her studies. It was really impacting her project and all that. That though she needed the money, to get one or two things and all that, but it was still affecting her studies. And people back home will not understand it. She needs this money to, augment what she has. She's not an Erasmus scholar. She's self-funded to augment what she has. And, some people will just be assuming that you are balling. She was working in a care home and all that. Some people will just be thinking you are balling and all that. How much does she make per hour? How much and how many hours can she work? And at the same time, the thing is affecting her studies and all that. So just on a normal, like there's this, what I'm just saying is that there's just too much expectations from people living abroad. It's just like when you move abroad, all your struggles have been taken away from you, and so people just think you have made it in this life. Like everybody just think you have blow, you don't blow, you don't blow, you don't blow. Yes, there are some things that are okay here. Yes, there are some things that are okay here, but that does not just mean that you now have money. That does not just mean that you now have money. So everybody's problem has become your own. Anything happen, your great grandfather is sick, they'll call you. Your auntie from your late uncle's wife's sister, they will call you. Every single thing you put. Sometimes I feel like people back home do not get to consider how much effort these people here are trying to pay bills, trying to ensure that they don't go homeless, doing one or two things to keep themselves together. People just assume you have money, that kind of something. So everybody brings their problem to you. And if you see the way they hail you, hey, abroad people, that kind of something. I was speaking to what they call a South African friend, and I was just speaking with her, we're having conversation. She's like, yeah, so people just assume that you made it in this life when you move abroad, that kind of something. And I don't know why. Is it because maybe people think, okay, the economy is better or something like that? I don't know why that there is that idea. I've never in my life thought that maybe moving abroad means it now equates to you've made it. But I know people that have been around even before myself I moved abroad, that they automatically think that moving abroad equates making it in life. The struggle is real here. I was talking to my friend this morning, and I'm like, the struggle is real for everybody. You're struggling to pay bills, you're struggling to do every single thing. And that's why I had to, in our conversation, I had to ask him, do you know how much I pay for my rent? And he was, how much do you pay? And I'm like, I pay about 800 euros for rent. In fact, let me even calculate it. Let us do calculation in naira, how much my rent is in naira, so that people will understand. Let me open my system and let us do that calculation. So I am currently staying in a 5 bedroom apartment, but the 5 bedroom apartment, we are only 3 here. And how it is built is that each room, how our Nigerian houses are now, each room has toilets, their toilet, each room has their toilet, each room has their toilet, and then you people share the dining and the kitchen. Currently I'm sitting in the dining and making this video. So at this point now, let us calculate it. I am paying approximately 800 euros. 800 euros. Aboki FX, how much is naira today for a black market rate? Because in Nigeria you can't get bank rates anywhere, so we're going to be calculating with Aboki FX rate. Aboki FX today says pound to naira, okay, euro rather, euro to naira is 585 euros to one 585 naira to 1 euro. So 585 naira times 800 euros. 585 naira times 800 euros. Do you know how much that is? Do you know how much that is? Do you know how much that is? Let me call it out here in case you did not follow me and do the calculation. 468,000 naira. 468,000 naira. That is what I'm paying for a month for my rent. That is what I'm paying for a month. In Nigeria, this is about almost, let me not just generalize it in Nigeria. Let us say in Port Harcourt. And let me take Eneka, for example, the areas in Eneka. Do you know how much 480,000 naira is for how many rooms? I have a house and I have a tenant. It's a 1 bedroom flat and I'm being paid 150,000 naira. That is how much they pay me for 1 bedroom flat. Now imagine how much 468,000, how many rooms it will get you in the same location where I have a house. Imagine how many rooms it will get you. Now let us calculate it. Imagine how many rooms it will get you. My dear, you're going to be living in a duplex for you to be paying 468,000 naira. But that is exactly what I'm paying per month here. For what? For a room and toilet, my own personal room and my own personal toilet, and a shared kitchen that is joined together with a sitting room. The sitting room is here, the kitchen is here, and a dining. That is what I'm paying for a month. And this is the similar situations other people find themselves, and people back home don't understand. So when I say the difference is in the conversion rate, that is exactly what I mean. If I send you this 800 euros now, you'll be getting 800 euros, but you'll be getting 460 something thousand naira. Do you grab? So let's just say the person is making 1,000 euros in a month, and the person is spending 800 euros on rent. How much is remaining? No, let's look at it very well. How much is remaining? And then, people back home will be thinking, oh, you have made it to this one, oh, you have made it to this one, oh, you have made it to that one, oh. And they won't understand that the struggle is real. Because, of course, you have to live in a good place. Me, honestly, there were other places I could have chosen to live. Let's just talk about where I'm staying now. There are other places I could have chosen to live. Like I had a colleague, Erasmus colleague, who was staying in a different place, and he was paying 500 euros. And that 500 euros, he has his room, but he was sharing toilet and bathroom with people. For me, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have my own toilet and bathroom, and that's why I have to pay this amount. So, regardless of that, like people just assume you have blown, you have made it in this life. Everything you have blown, you have this one. Send me money now, do this now, do this now. Please, people should not just be thinking that because somebody went abroad, so automatically the person has blown. So all your problems in this life have become solved. And so if you need money for anything, you'll be calling the person. And specifically putting out this video to people, especially these new awardees, especially these new Erasmus awardees that will be coming. Please don't let anybody put you in hot seats, because and sometimes people don't get to tell people back at home that the struggle is real. And so people just keep expecting that you have money and you're going to do this, do this. Tell them the struggle is real. Tell them what the real situation is, how much you're making, how much you're spending, and how much you have for spare, so that their eyes will open and they will understand that you also need to survive on your own. Sometimes people don't say this out. I'm gonna tell you, do you know how much I'm paying for rent? Do you know how much I'm doing this? Do you know you're automatically thinking that hey, I've blown overnight, and so any problem you have, you're coming to meet me. That kind of stuff. I will automatically tell you. Anyways, I'm so lucky that I do not come from, I don't have a family, an immediate family that thinks that she don't blow this one down. I'm so happy because they know this situation, so they know. And then aside that, I carry them along. I tell them that see how much I get for stipends or stipends. See how much I get, see how much I'm paying. They know all those things and they know the details. So there's no too much pressure or over expectations of what I should do. That expectation is not there. Like somebody will overly expecting you to do something. So my family knows this is it. This is how much I'm paying for rent. This is this. This is this. This is so they know. Survive. You need to survive. Do you grab? What I'm just saying is people just overly expect. I'm just saying, please don't be putting people on high blood pressure, like high seat, hot seat, expect the person has money, be calling, uncle, send me money, brother, send me money, do this. Ask them, call them one day and ask them, brother, how are you surviving? I heard that you are always paying bills every time, your rent, your this one, your that one, and call them and ask them, calm down and ask them, and they're going to tell you the struggle is real. They're going to give you real experiences, real gist, hot gist. Sometimes people just overly assume because you have gone abroad, so you have made it, and so everybody in this life is going to be calling you to do this, to do that. Like, this is not personally for me, but I'm just thinking about, like, I've been with other people, and I've heard their conversations and all that. And then just having this conversation with a friend this morning about what Nigerians think when you move abroad and all that, just it kind of triggered something in me. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to make this video and I'm going to put it out there so that people will become conscious, and you would know that your brother, that your elder sister, or anybody, whether on scholarship or not, that you just assume that the person moved abroad and so the person have made it. You are over expecting from the person. You are over expecting from the person. Don't gonna be putting somebody on high tension. The person will not be developing high blood pressure for nothing. Sometimes they might not want to tell you what the real situation is, and you just be, and when the person does not give you, start feeling bad. You have money, you don't want to give to me. You have money, hey, my brother is abroad and yet they cannot give me money. Do you know what the person is doing? Do you know how the person is surviving? Sometimes if they even give you money, if you'll be expecting them to give you 100,000 naira, one big money like that, 100,000, and the person gives you 10,000 naira or even 2,000 naira, and your spirit will just go down. You'll be like, and you're abroad, though, that kind of something. You'll be feeling like, what is not the essence of you being abroad if it is just 2,000 naira or 10,000 naira that you can send to me? See, everybody should be minding themselves. Don't be putting somebody on high blood pressure unnecessarily. Let me tell you, don't be putting, see, if you have a brother or a sister, uncle, auntie abroad and they're sending you money, best believe they are good. Best believe that they are really good. And if they are sending you money, you need to be overly grateful, because you don't know, the struggle is real. That is what I told my friend this morning. The struggle is real. Nobody just comes here and makes it overnight. People have become rich. People have really become rich. But the way people back home just overly expect from you to perform, to give, to do this, they expect everything from you. Please, the struggle is real. Let me tell you, the struggle is real. People do all kinds of jobs just to keep up. Ordinarily, these are jobs they won't do in Nigeria. In fact, this will be on another video together. I need to talk about this other part of it. This would be on a, in fact, let me end this one now, and I'm going to make a different video on people doing jobs that they would ordinarily not do in Nigeria or do back home. Let me just end this video here. And anyway, guys, let me hear your thoughts. If you're from Africa, if you're from Nigeria, or you're from maybe any other place in Africa or any other continent, and let me know if you still have the same expectations from people back home. Let me know. Drop what you think in the comment section, and yeah, I'll be interacting with you in the comment section. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.